I'm now aware that I am playing this wrong. My apologies. I'll explain exactly how it works as well as, well, do it correctly starting from the next video. I hope you have fun nonetheless. Welcome back to Sporcle. In this video we're going to do D and E cities of the Criteria Letter Cities quiz playlist. And we're going to get into it right away with the D cities, which give us further north than Rome, Italy, has an NFL team, in the Americas, west of the Prime Meridian, north of the equator, has a population above 300,000 and not in Oceania, as our criteria. Alright, let's just start with further north than Rome, Italy, which is not true for Dakar, which might be true for Dallas, I'm not sure. It's not true for Darwin. Unsure about Dallas, that's roughly in a similar area as to Dallas. Detroit might be further north. Dili definitely isn't. Durban isn't. And Dusseldorf has an NFL team. I mean, that's obviously one of the two American cities. In the Americas is true for just both of those. Okay, so basically we have to decide, though, does either Dallas or Detroit have an NFL team? And the other is just in the Americas, which is great because I have no idea about the NFL, but my assumption would be both of them have one, which would make this completely meaningless again. But at least we know we don't need to think about these ones for further north than Rome, which only leaves us with Delmas and Düsseldorf, actually. West of the Prime Meridian is not true for Düsseldorf. It is true for Delmas. Okay, so we might need Delmas later. North of the equator is true for both. Has a population above 300,000 is only true for Düsseldorf out of the two. Not in Oceania is true for both of them. North, yeah. So that's basically, we can use Delmas for this, Düsseldorf for this. So we're basically, well, pretty much in a 50-50 again, as usual. We're gonna, wait, let me just quickly think about west of the Prime Meridian is not true for Dili, is true for Dakar. Durban is difficult to say. I'm pretty sure Durban is on the east coast of South Africa, which might just be to the east of the Prime Meridian. So I'm going to say that's Dakar, north of the equator. Well, okay, further north, actually, west of the Prime Meridian, we're going to go with Delmas. Further north than Rome, we're going to go with Düsseldorf, which was wrong. All right, sure. Then let's go with further north than Rome. Delmas isn't right either? Wait a second. Further north than Rome. Delmas and Düsseldorf are both wrong. Okay. Dili is south of the equator, therefore definitely not north of Rome. So is Durban. So is Darwin. Dakar is in Africa, so obviously not north of Rome, which only leaves us with Dallas and Detroit. In the Americas, only leaves us with Dallas and Detroit. Therefore, actually, I'm an idiot. Delmas is in the Americas. Haiti is in the Americas. Alright. So we have to use either Dallas or Detroit for further north than Rome, which is more likely to be Detroit. I think, yeah. Has an NFL team, has to be Dallas, then. In the Americas has to be Delmas, west of the Prime Meridian. Is true only for Dakar. North of the equator out of these four is only true for Düsseldorf. Has a population above 300,000. Now that's difficult, but I think it should be, actually we've got not in Oceania left and we need Durban for that, so it's Darwin. Wait, what? Wait, what? Not in Oceania. Oh, is Timor-Leste, is that not part, does that not count as Oceania? Does that count as Asia? Well, my bad. Alright. Further north than Rome, Detroit, Dallas, Dalmas, Dakar, Düsseldorf. Okay. Has a population above 300,000. I was thinking Darwin, don't think has a population above 300,000. I have to check it out afterwards. But that leaves us with Durban, because Dili definitely doesn't have a population above 300,000. Not in Oceania, then has to be Dili. But I always thought of Timor-Leste as part of Oceania, but realistically, it's just on the border between Asia and Oceania, but apparently it's not in Oceania. And Darwin is our D city. Now, I'm quickly going to check out Darwin to make the city. Yeah, it's 137,000. And we're going to have a look at... Because... Alright, fair enough. That is Asia. I think... Actually, I don't know right now if Papua New Guinea is east of the... not east, is part of Oceania. Where can I quickly check that out? Is a country in Oceania? Okay, fair enough. All right, e-cities it is. That was quick as well. For e-cities, we've got in Scotland. Its country's capital ends in a consonant. All right, would score fewer than 18 Scrabble points. Its country is at least partially in Europe. Has no NHL team. Has no cardinal directions in its name. North of the equator and is an e-city. Okay, I can see where they were coming from with cardinal directions. I mean, in Scotland, it's obviously only true for Edinburgh. The other cities we've got are East Lansing, East London, Edmonton, Espoo, El Paso, Essen, and Ekaterinburg. Its country's capital ends in a consonant. That makes it even worse. Consonant. Okay, Washington ends in a consonant. Which of the three South African capitals? Pretoria doesn't. Cape Town does. Bloemfontein does. All right. That's great. Toronto doesn't. Helsinki doesn't. That's great because El Paso and East Lansing have the same capital. Berlin doesn't. Oh, it does. I mean, of course. And Moscow doesn't. Oh, wait, it does in English. I'm stupid. Wait, let me just think. No, Berlin. It's the same in German and English. All right. Would score fewer than 18 Scrabble points is probably true for most of these. If not all of them. Well, that's great. Its country is at least partially in Europe. Is true for Germany, Finland, and Russia. So we need one of them there. Has no NHL team. I'm going to assume is one of the countries not Canada or USA. There's no cardinal directions in its name. It's everything apart from these two. North of the equator is true for everything apart from East London. Alright, so we've not got a lot to narrow it down here. Ends in a consonant. So we've got East Lansing, El Paso, Essen, and Moscow, and Ekaterinburg. And depending on how you want to look at it, East London. So the only thing that removes is Edmonton and Espoo. We're gonna use Espoo later for the has no NHL team, possibly. Has no cardinal directions. We're gonna use El Paso later, possibly. North of the equator, we could use East Lansing. So the thing we're going to use right now is East London, which was obviously wrong because how could I not know that? All right, so it's not East London. Let me just finish my train of thought here. I would just wanted to know if I could finish the game if I would pick East London here. East London here would score fewer than 18 Scrabble points. Think anything goes here, but let's continue with the others first. This country is at least partially in Europe. Can use Ekaterinburg here, has no NHL team. Essen has no cardinal directions in its name. Espoo, north of the equator. Sure, either of these. And its country capital ends in a consonant. We can use the other one, respectively. Which leaves us with one of the cities, I don't know which. I think it's Edmonton. And would fulfill the criteria perfectly. But apparently that's not right. So, what else could we do? I've just tried East London. So ideally we'd want another country that's south of the equator, which is none of them, which is great. All right, we'd ideally then want a country that's not in Europe. We're going to choose Edmonton because that was a country just now when I filled in everything I left out as the E city. So I could just swap those two, and that's wrong as well. Great quiz. Okay, so what else does this leave us? We've used East London and Edmonton, which apparently the quiz maker didn't like. Which still leaves us with East Lansing, El Paso, Ekaterinburg. Wait, why did I use Edmonton? I'm stupid. That doesn't even fulfill the criteria. All right. So I need East Lansing or El Paso, ideally. Then again, I don't know. Do they have an NHL team in El Paso? Seems a bit hot to play ice hockey there. I know you can play you don't play outside. Anyway, we are going to use East Lansing. Nope, we're not. All right. Go on, go away. No, I don't want to answer a quick question. All right. So we've used East Lansing and East London. We're going to ignore Edmonton because I was just being dumb. Which leaves us with El Paso and 3 European countries, which I ideally don't want to use because of this criteria. Can I use El Paso here and just continue on? Score fewer than 18 points. We can use Essen, sure. This country is at least partially in Europe. We can use Ekaterinburg. Has no NHL team. We can use Espoo. Has no cardinal directions. We can use Edmonton. Is north of the equator. We can use East Lansing. And is an E-city. We can use East London. Yep, El Paso works. It's still wrong. I hate this quiz. It's kind of fun to play though. Okay, so we have to use a European country or a European city, whatever you want to go for. Can't be Espoo. It's either Moscow, it's either Ekaterinburg or Essen. And Essen scores less Scrabble points, so I'm going to go for Ekaterinburg, which was wrong again. All right. Essen it is. Sure. Whatever. Would score fewer than 18 Scrabble points. As I said before, most of them do. So this is another, just guesswork. Just guesswork. Let's just assume we'd use Edmonton. That definitely scores fewer than 18 Scrabble points. Countries at least partially in Europe, we've still got, for those two, we've still got Ekaterinburg and Espoo. There's no cardinal directions. We can still use El Paso. North of the equator, we can use East Lansing. So it would work. The quiz disagrees. I'm going to have to check out later how Scrabble is scored, but I'm pretty sure this does score fewer than 18 Scrabble points. Because 18 Scrabble points is a lot. Alright, we're going to use, ideally I want both of those to not be European countries. Both of those to be European countries, so I want this to not be a European country. East London, if I can use it here, it wouldn't be bad. I can't use it here. Sure. So we're just gonna, I think at this point, we're just gonna guess through all of them because there's really no sense or reason to this anymore. East Lansing wasn't it either. Wasn't El Paso. It's Espo, sure. I mean, yes, it does score less than 18 points in Scrabble. I'll give you that, Quizmaker. Country is at least partially in Europe, so we have to use Ekaterinburg here. Has no NHL team. Has to be East London. Oh, apparently not. Apparently not. Okay, so it isn't as easy as that. Has no NHL team. East Lansing or Edmonton? I'm pretty sure both of them would have an NHL team. Yeah, it is El Paso. Maybe I was right. It's too hot in Texas. They don't play ice hockey there. Has no cardinal directions. Edmonton, north of the equator, is East Lansing, and isn't East City, East London. All right. So much for that. What did I just want to look up? Oh yes, Scrabble rules. How can I do this the best way without showing the search suggestions again? Actually, I don't think I can. So I'm gonna make a quick cut here. Okay, as you can see, I've just scored all of them by Scrabble scores, by English Scrabble rules. And, well, who would have guessed they all score less than 18 points? Thanks for watching.